Matt, very good to see you. I have an important question. Who needs an estate plan? I want to talk about estate planning because when I hear the word estate, I assume it's for somebody who is very wealthy or who owns a lot of land or has a very high net worth, but that might be a misconception. So, who needs an estate plan?
Everyone should consider an estate plan because if you own anything, to some extent, you do have an estate. So these are the things that make up your taxable estate, including your house, investments, your IRAs, your 401ks, real estate, rental properties, personal property, and even your life insurance death benefit.
Okay, so as we talk this through, I know estate planning, again, it might seem overwhelming to some people, but explain what documents, please, make up an estate plan.
There's five basic things to consider in an estate plan. First thing is your will, and the second would be your power of attorney, and your advanced healthcare directives, your trust, and of course, we want to avoid probate as much as possible. So all these things together are parts of your estate plan.
Why do you want to avoid probate?
Well, what happens is whenever there's that third party, Uncle Sam, he tends to take a little bit of that and put that in his pocket. We love him; he's
Mhm.
a great uncle, but we think he's doing okay without our additional help. And I'd rather have that money go to my family.
Yes, exactly. I hear that a lot, avoid probate, but it's nice to hear it broken down why. So what if all my investments have beneficiaries? Do I really need a will or an estate plan?
You still do. And it is good to always have beneficiaries on all your accounts. We do encourage people to cross check that. But that is not as effective when it comes to your non qualified accounts. So for your
Mm,
IRAs, your 401ks, yes, we want to make sure we have beneficiaries and it goes right where you want them to go. And that does avoid probate. But that is not the case for cash, for any money in your bank account, for non qualified accounts like brokerage accounts, for real estate, and things like that. So we
mhm.
definitely want to consider having a trust for those types of things.
Now, I would assume having an estate plan is very important for small business owners like you, right? You want to make sure that everything is passed along and bequeathed effectively because you've worked so hard to make that business successful.
Correct. Yeah. So, for example, like you said, we have a small business and we work with lots of small business owners. That's what we do here as a company, in addition to the individuals. So, we see what happens when someone doesn't have an estate plan. So, for example, if you are a single business owner, and by that I mean you're a sole proprietor, something happens to you in our state, your spouse becomes the owner of that company, and chances are you have a key employee that could really be the person, to take over the company if something was to happen to you. So you want to make sure the spouse is taken care of financially. And then at the same time, we want to make sure the control of the business and that it still runs fluid, really the day after something was to happen to you. And
Mhm.
that's what estate planning does.
I'm sure that it's much better to be proactive with this kind of planning now to protect your financial legacy. And as I understand it, you work with some real experts in this field to help your clients.
Yes, for years I've worked with numerous local attorneys. And a few years ago, we were trying to get our business planning done for our office. And we were working with some great attorneys referred to us from high level insurance companies. And they were great, but boy, they were very expensive. And it took us a long time to get anywhere. But long story short, I finally realized, Dean Zayed, the founder of Brookstone Capital Management, it started as an estate planning attorney, and he has a firm, Perkins Zayed. And for the last year, we've been working with our clients directly with Perkins Zayed, and it's been the best experience we've ever had working with any attorney. They're great, and so glad to work with such
They really
advisors.
are. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
my estate plan with them as well, Matt. And I just to give them a shameless plug, you can tell these are the kind of people who love, like you, love solving puzzles, like the unique way to fit these things together to make it perfect for everybody's. So clearly, no cookie cutter answer, but this is something that you specialize in, Matt. If somebody wants to talk this through with you to get their estate plan started, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way is by phone to call and set an appointment, 425-256-3105.
All right, Matt. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.